How are you? My name is Jerry Virtuoso, and welcome to Longwood Market. Today we're going to actually show you how fun preparing a holiday menu is going to be. Right? I mean, it's like this whole stress around Thanksgiving. Oh my God, how's the turkey going to come out? You're the stress of having people over, but I'm here to tell you that it's as easy as you think. So if you're worried about how much turkey to person you're going to need, the average rule is about 1 pound per person. But with leftovers, it's 1.5 pounds. And we're going to go over also how to cook the turkey. Right? So today I'm going to demonstrate for you taking out the backbone of the turkey. And the reason why we do that is to reduce the cooking time by half, at least. If you have a 16-pound turkey, traditionally you're going to have to put that in the oven, average 15 to 17 minutes to pound, which means you're going to have to cook it for over 4 hours. And with my method, I'm going to show you it's going to cook by half that way. This is a 16-pound turkey that we submerged. It's halfway. But we submerge it in water and our simple solution. You got a little bit of salt that we put in there with all the aromatics. You could use whatever you like. You know, I just put it with a little bit of thyme, a little bit of oranges, a little bit of lemons, carrots, onions. But feel free to put your own solution because that's just going to add to more flavor. If you like a little bit of cinnamon, you can put a little cinnamon sticks, juniper berries, you know, pineapples, any kind of aromatic would work. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to demonstrate how to take the backbone out of the turkey. And like I said before, it's not a very easy task. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to show you. This is the backbone of the turkey, by the way. And you can see, okay, right here, and you're going to see right here. So that's what you want to kind of get out. So I'm going to kind of demonstrate.
It sounds like you have to apply force.
You have to apply force, as you can see. Okay? And like I said, this is not an easy task. And that's why you should let a professional do it. And you shouldn't really try it at home. Okay? So I like to go in with a boning knife. You can see I cut this thing all the way through. And now we want to kind of go in. We want to get the other side. All right, so obviously you always want to cut away from any bone. You just want to follow it. Like I said, it's not an easy task. Usually some people use a cleaver, they use a kitchen shears. I'm opting to use the butcher's way of doing it. So as you can see, I've just kind of showed you what I did here, and this is the backbone right here. All right, so you want a lot of force. All right, so I'm doing a little bit slow just to show you. And like I said, this is not easy at all, but with a little bit of experience, you need to do it. And here we go. And that's it. It's done. Successfully taken out the backbone of the turkey. So now we're going to go in, and a lot of people kind of flatten it, which is, like I said, a very hard item. And a lot of people place it in a roasting pan, which I'm going to show you in a minute, like this. So the idea is you kind of want to get this turkey here, pull the wings underneath, and kind of lay it. So the idea, people kind of cook it this way in the pan. I'm going to demonstrate how to do it and put it in the pan, but what I just want to show you a little idea of what people do. And what I'm doing here is cracking a little bit of the bone, and that is how people would cook this bird. So this part here, obviously, we're going to use for our stock that we're going to make, and usually you make the stock a day before. Because it's really something that, you know, you're not, if you do the day of, you know, you want to, you know, it's going to be really hard to make it gravy for the stock. So you usually want to cook that the day before. So what we have here is a perfectly butchered turkey, and it's ready to go in the oven. So what I've done here, I just want to explain a little bit here about the vegetable. We just cut some carrots here, some celery, and some onions. They call that a basic mirepoix. Fancy word for it. And the reason why we did that to create a little bit of steam so that the turkey doesn't, all the drippings and everything, when they go in the pan, they don't burn. And a lot of people use this as their base for their stock to make their gravy, which you can do that as well. So we're gonna go in, a lot of people use butter. I don't like to use butter. I like to use a little bit of more of a healthy option. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of olive oil. Okay. You just want to kind of rub that in a little bit nice. You can pretty much go inside the actual skin too. Just get that nicely inside the skin. And then we're just going to give it a little bit of flavor. I'm going to go in a little bit of salt. Garlic. This here. Always fresh herbs always helps. I like to put a little rosemary. And we're going to place it on top of our roasting pan. Ready to cook. I like to start with a high temperature. And the reason I like to start with a high temperature first is to begin the browning process. It's going to make the bird much more moist, but it's also going to kind of, because of its brining there, you want to take out that extra moisture in it. So I like to start with the oven being high first. So I preheat the oven, like I said, to about 500 degrees, and then I drop it down to about 450. All right, so we're preparing the stuffing. We're going to do a little bit of mirepoix, just classic for any stuffing or dressing. And basically, mirepoix is just a little bit of carrot, celery, and onion, and we're going to sweat it out. It's essential for any soup, stocks, and it gives a great flavor to our stuffing. And we're going to be preparing today a pork stuffing. This is what we're going to use for our dressing, and it's an Italian sausage stuffing. It's all pork ground through a coarse blade, and I'm going to show you how we mix it. So we're going to add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of fresh garlic, a little bit of parsley, a little bit of brine padano, which is great. It's going to give it a nice little flavor. You don't want to put too much salt either, because you're going to, the cheese itself is a little salty, right? There you have it. And then we're just going to give it a nice little mix. You want to make sure it's nicely mixed and incorporated. And you're going to have that nice balance of all herbs, a little bit of rosemary, a little bit of parsley, a little bit of cheese, the ground padano, very nice, and a little bit of garlic as well. Then I'm going to show you how to cook it on the stove, and you want this to get really nice and brown. There we go. You don't let that nice vegetable there, it's absorbing its nice little color. See, it's getting nice and brown. Look at that. Beautiful. All right, so we're cutting bread for our stuffing. You want to use a serrated knife. Much easier to cut. And here we go. Put them in nice little cubes. And we're going to toast them in a nice little sheet pan, just till they're nice and brown. And this is what it's going to look like. And this, I have some bread that I actually toasted earlier on. And this is what the finished product is going to look like. As we mentioned earlier, we wanted to get a nice brown. We wanted to brown up the pork. So let's see. Oh, beautiful. So we're going to go in and, kind of put this in a bowl. I'm going to get those nice croutons. I like a nice little mix there. Put those nice little toasted croutons in there. Beautiful. wet. Bread. Oh God. Just getting hungry thinking about this. So. There it is. Cooking here, nice little Brussels sprouts with a little bacon going on, and we incorporated that turkey stock we have on the stove going in there as well. I love that. It's just, really beautiful side dish, Brussels sprouts. And here, we just have a simple cranberry sauce going. Really, 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of cranberries, and 1 cup of water. And that's it. And just let it go for about 30 minutes. Really simple. You just have it. I just love cranberries, something nice and fresh, and sweetness of it. Really following the package. And then we're gonna go in. I'm gonna make a nice little gravy. So we've reached our final stages. Our turkey was at 163 degrees in the breast. The carry over cooking. It's gonna go past about 165. It's gonna raise up 3 or 4 degrees, and that's what we want. We're gonna let this rest for a little bit, and while we're doing that, we're going to go in and we're gonna take out our dressing. Oh yeah, that looks great. And like I said, we could always add a little bit of stock that we have on the stove if we just feel that it's a little too dry, which actually it's really not. And what I really wanted is that nice brown on there. That looks great. It really does. Look at that. Oh, you got that. It's not soggy at all. It's crunchy. I always love me some sweet potato with marshmallows. And cooking on the stove, I always love some nice Brussels sprouts with bacon that we made here. Really nice. We're gonna make a roux for our gravy, and really a roux really is just fat and a little bit of flour. Butter, usually it's butter and a little bit of flour. And we're gonna kind of cook down the butter a little bit. We're gonna add the prepared turkey stock from that. And usually you add the wonderful trimmings, the wonderful drippings from the pan as well in here. We're gonna go in there. We're gonna add our flour a little bit at a time. There we go. And here we're not looking for any really color. Not looking for it to get brown. If you want to brown it up, then just kind of cook it a little bit more. And I opted to put all the drippings of the turkey inside the stock itself. So with that, we're going to kind of go in and we're going to add our turkey stock a little bit at a time. Look at that. Oh, and you can already see that really got nice and thick. Wow. All right, so today we're going to incorporate this hen of the woods mushrooms. Beautiful. I guess I don't know why they call it hen of the woods. Maybe because it looks like a little bit of hen. We went ahead and we cleaned it up a little bit. Took a lot of dirt out, and we're going to just incorporate it into our gravy today. With this type of mushroom, it's so woodsy, really, really nice. Nice little smoky flavor. A lot of people call it maitake mushroom as well, but we're going to go ahead and I love mushrooms in a gravy, so we're going to go ahead and we're just going to kind of add this to our already made gravy. We're going to go ahead and add these mushrooms. Wow, look at that. That looks great. And like I said, it doesn't really need to be cooked. We're going in this, and we're gonna cut the breast down in half, and let's see how it came out. Wow, well, that's perfect. Look at that. That's just beautiful. It really is. I mean, you got that nice golden skin, right? It's perfectly cooked. You could see it's not actually, the juice is clear, so it's actually beautifully cooked. Both sides. And this, like we said, actually cooked in about an hour and a half. All right, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Thanksgiving dinner. We have a beautifully cooked turkey right here that we carved and we cut and sectioned the breast, the thigh, the drumstick, the wings. We have that beautiful mushroom gravy that we have presented beautifully. We have the Italian sausage stuffing, Brussels sprouts with bacon, and sweet potato yams with maple syrup. And my favorite, also a little cranberry sauce. Here you have it. An hour and a half, turkey dinner. Not bad.